haven't gone anywhere, but you know, everything's looking good. Well guys, I suppose it's probably time that I take this off the car. Now that I've got the engine rebuilt, got it running and everything, and before I take it out for a test drive through the local neighborhood. But maybe I won't. All right, so I did let it run for a little bit, burn off some of all the crap that was on the headers. You know, if I touched up the header paint, for example, you know, let all that smoke burn off. There's probably still a little bit yet, but the good news is I do not see any leaks under the car. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I do need to adjust the throttle linkage. I need to slide this forward just a little bit. So it's not allowing me to get full closed throttle, so the idle is a little high. So I'm going to loosen these two manifold bolts, slide that forward just ever so slightly, and then, like I said, loosen those two bolts, slide this just slightly forward, readjust the linkage, you know, so we can get wide open and all that, and we can get a better idle condition. So once we do that, then I'm going to basically strap the belts on and take this thing for a short cruise and little shakedown, just a couple miles around the block or something. Yeah, so you know, here we are a week before the Memorial Day weekend and finally getting around to driving it. All right guys, so I got the throttle adjusted. The only thing is take an essential. First time road trip, right? You're never gonna know what's gonna happen. So I've got a fire extinguisher. I've got a few basic hand tools. Like I said, I'm only gonna go just a short distance from the house. Probably just around actually the neighborhood once or twice. My wife isn't home and none of the kids are around anymore. So kind of by myself, you know, unless I, of course, you know, get one of the neighbors to help. So otherwise I'm gonna take this thing, like I said, for a couple trips around the block and we'll see what happens next. So, you know, go around the neighborhood once or twice, make sure everything ships, everything works, pull back in, just check for leaks, that kind of thing. Everything looks good. Then we'll, maybe we'll run her down the road for a couple miles and back. She is a dirty pig. I will say that. The outside of the car is full of sawdust and just dust and, you know, stuff from doing projects with my daughter when she was home for spring break, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I've got to get this thing cleaned up. Well, we may be driving it. There's a problem. The linkage adjustment is definitely not right. So it definitely, you know, I can't test that in the driveway. You know, reverse worked fine. You know, put it into what I thought was drive. Something's going on. So I got to get her back in the garage, get her up on jack stands, and figure out what's going on with the transmission linkage. It was not happy. Guys, this is a little better. So we got all three gears. She's running good, shifting good. Transmission temps look good. So now granted, this is just through my neighborhood, but yeah, you know what? So the hole was off, the linkage was off about 1/4 of a hole, but I was also down on transmission fluid. So between transmission fluid and the linkage off slightly, you know, we got her straightened out. So I'm almost out of fuel, so I don't know how far I'm going to take it, but I might take it down about 1/4 of a mile, half mile down the road, and make sure everything's good. Well guys, that was a short-lived road test. You know, drove through the neighborhood a few times, right? Got the transmission shifting and everything working good there. Went to go on that half-mile drive, and when I started accelerating hard, white smoke started pouring out the right side of the car when I looked back in the rearview mirror. So I believe, at least what I'm praying and hoping, is I've got a valve cover leak on the passenger side here. You know, there's oil that I can see that's kind of in that area. So I'll take a picture here in a second and show you what I'm talking about. You can see the oil kind of in that area on the head, and it may be blowing out and getting on the header, you know, as I accelerate harder. So I am hoping that's what it is. It started to rain after that, and then I was needing to work on this as well, so I kind of stopped on this so I could work on that. Obviously, I want to get to the track soon with this so I can have some fun and get ready for drag week in September. I got time, but it's almost June now. Then it's going to be July and then August. I don't want to have some fun, obviously, with the car. So anyway, I was throwing it still, and that's kind of the update on where we're at, getting this thing ready to have a little fun with. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Get out your shop. Have some fun. See ya.